What is good, y'all? This is JV here for K Vibes with another album review for you guys. Get into the new mini album by Ailee, A New Empire. Really excited for this release. This is her fourth mini album, if I'm not mistaken. So she's definitely, got a number of releases that she's put out. I was pretty surprised when this came out because I was still bumping Vivid a lot. I really enjoyed that release. Love Ailee's music. She's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm such a big fan of her music. I've been listening to her pretty much as long as I've been listening to K-pop and as long as she's been releasing material. Love her stuff. And so we got her new mini album here. And basically, you guys know how I get down. Go track by track, let you guys know my thoughts on each one, and then at the end give you guys my full thoughts on the album as a whole. 6 tracks here, so it's going to be a pretty quick one. Just 20 minutes to listen to, so it's a real light listen, so go check it out if you haven't thus far. So track 1, we got Home with Yoonmi Ray. Now, I got to keep it a buck with y'all. Y'all know I always keep it 100, always keep it honest with you guys. Not my favorite Ailee release. I think she's had really impressive showings in terms of her main singles, even when she's dabbling in more mainstream pop sounding material. But this particular song I found a tad underwhelming. Now, accompaniment with the visual, I did a reaction to it. Go check that out if you haven't thus far. Thought it was a fantastic music video, and the song in the context of the visual I really enjoyed. But as just the audio on its own, I think it's a little bit underwhelming of a track. I think it's a great album track, but as her main single for this, that's not personally what I would have chosen. Yoonmi Ray's feature on it, though, definitely one of the highlights. Vocally, it's a strong presence, as it always does, but Yoonmi Ray absolutely kills her verse on the latter half, so that was definitely a highlight on that particular track. And so it's the first track on this album, and it makes me curious what particular direction is it going to go for. And it continues that kind of vibe that it sets with that kind of low-key style production in the second song, which translates into Beekaboo. Thought dope track, love the vocal performance, very similar in my opinion to the opening track, kind of a low vibe out kind of piece from her, which is not something I've seen her dabble in a lot, so it was interesting kind of change of pace for her material. So not too much to say on that particular track. I don't really revisit it too much as a individual single, but then things ramp up, and this is what I start really liking. We have track 3, Feelin' with Eric Nam. In love with this track, by far my favorite track on the mini album. What I would have chosen as a main single, love it. It's got like a throwback kind of sound. We've gotten some 90s sounding pop stuff and R&B stuff with this kind of beat arrangement, but it's super high energy. She's belting out these amazing notes. When it comes to vocals, Ailee does not play around, and Eric Nam's contribution on the latter half of the song is fantastic as well, and we all know that they have great chemistry together, so it was great to see them come together. Don't know why she didn't choose this as a single, because I think this is just such a great standout track. And it's definitely, when I say standout, I'm not joking. Like, the rest of this album is super laid back and toned down compared to her previous releases. There's, a lot of her previous releases have been, over the top kind of R&B. She's had a number of, soul tracks for sure, but these big band kind of arrangements, and we don't necessarily get that on this album. Not saying that as a detriment, but it's definitely an interesting change of pace. It's definitely leaning towards the contemporary, low-key R&B to the old-school soul kind of stuff. Live or Die with, I believe it's either Tak or Tak, I'm sorry for the pronunciation, of Beichigi, which I've done reaction to them before on my other channel. Great hip-hop songs from them, and it was interesting to kind of see them come together with Ailee. She's always worked pretty intimately with the Korean hip-hop scene, or at least is very aware of it. So it was great to see that kind of come together. Great collab. Interested on the kind of logistics behind how that collab came together, but I think they worked together perfectly. Love the production on this, love the vocal styling, and his verse on the latter half of this track is amazing, man. So love this track. Then it definitely scales back again with I Need You. Vocals on this are amazing, has a nice swing. The instrumentation is not electronic on this one. We have light percussion on there, nice swing kind of drum there on the hi-hat with a light snare and kick drum impacts there. So I thought that was a really dope track, and then it leads out with If You, one of my favorite also tracks on it that she's released a music video for that I also did a reaction to, where she goes super soulful gospel kind of vibe on it. And as somebody who grew up on gospel and soul music, I love this kind of direction she goes for her. And this was an amazing way to end off the project. Her vocals sound incredible on this. I love the soulful, emotional nature of her vocal execution on this particular song. And so, you know, those are all 6 tracks. What are my thoughts on the whole for this? She set the caliber so high with her previous releases that you always get that level of polish with an Ailee release, that she's not going to release a bad project. But this is, in my opinion, not my favorite release of hers. I think, you know, if she had chosen Feelin' as her main single, I probably would have liked it better, and that's just, again, my opinion. I'm not shitting on the album by any means. I think it's a very strong showing, definitely one of the best pop releases this year, but not something I see myself revisiting too much as a full body of work. But again, Feelin' is a fantastic song, one of my favorite songs she's ever done. That collab with Yumi Ray, fantastic. Glad to see homeboy from Beichigi on this too. And if she can do more releases like that with the gospel and the soulful roots, really showcasing, because what makes her special for sure is just that vocal ability that really, you know, sets her apart from a lot of the competition. The fact that she can really go for it. And so if she, you know, doesn't you know, kind of scale back and really goes for it on these tracks, I feel like, you know, that's what really kills it for her. So yeah, man, a new Empire, dope release. Highly suggest you check it out. Curious as to what your thoughts on it. So in the comment section below, let me know what your thoughts are on the album. What do you think about Ailee? How do you think this compares to her previous releases? Love the release. Till next time, this is JV here. I love you guys. Bye.